Have you ever heard of a divorce pact? It's a growing trend where parents agree to stay together and only get divorced later once their children are all grown up. But experts are divided on whether or not it's a good idea.
And it comes as new research reveals 1 in 5 married couples are choosing to stay together for their kids, even if the marriage is no longer working. To break it all down for us, let's bring in family and divorce lawyer Cassandra Kalpaxis. Great to have you with us. So in your experience, are you seeing more parents making divorce pacts like this?
Absolutely. I think it's far more common than what we realise. And there are a number of difficulties associated with divorce pacts, as you can imagine.
So why are they waiting for the children to move out or get older before separating?
I think the milestone is always the thing in people's minds. So, we'll do it when the children end up leaving school. We'll do it when the children get married. We'll do it when the children have their own children. And it's almost delaying the inevitable because nobody really wants to go down the path of divorce when things aren't overly difficult in the household. So it's a way of kind of getting there, but putting it off.
So what are some of the legal implications for parents who stay married solely for the sake of their kids?
You can imagine that during the course of a relationship over a number of years, people acquire more things. We buy and sell houses. We might get a late inheritance. It might be the case that one of us is no longer employable. It might be the case that someone develops a health condition. And all of those things are things that we looked at when we look at how we divide assets and how a separation is to occur under the Family Law Act. So it definitely adds a layer of complexity. But also the relationship with children is a factor that we also need to consider here.
Is it a good idea, sort of legally, technically, to wait till the kids are older? This has happened to friends of mine, and when you speak to the kids, they say, we knew it was just a terrible vibe in the house. They should have just split earlier and got on with it.
It's certainly the case that everyone that I've spoken to, particularly when their children are older, say the same thing. You know, we've been waiting for this moment. We can't believe you didn't do it earlier. And children are very receptive to what's going on in the house, even if they're not exposed to what I'll say is the conversation. They pick up on body language, they pick up on tone, they pick up on the way people interact with each other. So legally, it is very complicated when you leave it till later because there are so many things that impact on a separation, and the more things we have to divide and the more complexity around people's employable status and their health conditions makes it even more difficult to be able to separate things.
Okay. So just really quickly, should you get legal advice before making the ultimate decision or at the end when you finally separate?
Most definitely get legal advice. There's no pressure on you to do anything either way, but understanding what your rights are, what your entitlements are, and what it might look like now versus later is definitely something you should consider when making the decision as to whether or not you should stay or leave.
Okay, fair enough. Thanks for joining us, Cassandra. Appreciate it.